I was only 7 years old when my stepmother gave me a pot and sent me into the dark. She said, "If you don't go to Ebowa stream tonight to fetch water, you will not eat or sleep again in this house." That place was very dangerous. Nobody dares to go there at night. I was so scared. I thought I was going to die. My name is Daniel. People say children forget things easily, but I remember everything. I remember my mother, Grace. She was kind and gentle. She loved me very much. Then one day, she died. I was only 3 years old when she died. That was the day my happiness ended. My father, Mr. Joseph, was very sad. For a whole year, he mourned my mother. He spoke little and worked very hard. People in the village kept telling him, "A child needs a mother figure. You should remarry." So my father married a woman named Auntie Martha. Auntie Martha had 2 children from her previous marriage, Ruth and Paul. At first, Auntie Martha was very kind to me. She smiled at me. She gave me food. She spoke gently to me. That was why my father loved her, and that was the main reason my father married her. But my father had to travel to the nearby village for his work, so most times he was never home. Sometimes he would stay there for 3 days before coming back home, and when he was not at home, everything changed. Auntie Martha became a different person. Her smile disappeared, her voice became harsh, her eyes became cold. "Why are you still sitting down there?" she would say. "You are a burden. You eat too much. You are too lazy. You play too much." Nothing I do seemed to please Auntie Martha. She treated her children, Paul and Ruth, very well. She gave them large plates of food and big meat. But me, I ate leftovers. I ate cold food. Sometimes I eat nothing at all. I was always very hungry. She also made me work very hard. By the time I was 6 years old, I washed the whole clothes in the house. I cleaned the house. I fetched water. I washed clothes bigger than my body. But the most painful thing was this: she did not allow me to go to school. Every morning, Paul and Ruth would dress up nicely and go to school. They had books. They had beautiful school bags. They laughed and they were happy as they go to school. But me, I stayed at home, working, sweating, watching them go to school. Sometimes I would ask Auntie Martha, "Can I go to school too?" She would shout and say, "Go and finish your work. There is no school for you." Whenever my father returns home from work, she told him lies. "Daniel has refused to go to school," she would say. "I begged him, but he said he doesn't want to go to school. He doesn't like to learn." My heart would break. "That's not true," I would cry. "I want to go to school." But my father would shake his head and say, "You are becoming very stubborn. Education is good for you. You are just becoming too stubborn these days." He believed her and not me. She also never bought new clothes for me. Never. Not even during the festive period. When Paul and Ruth outgrew their clothes, those were the clothes I wore. Old shirts, torn trousers, clothes that did not fit me. Sometimes the other children laughed at me, but I said nothing because I had no one to talk to. Then she started telling more lies. One day, she hid dry meat under my sleeping mat. When my father came back from work, she shouted, "Your son has stolen my meat again." "I didn't take it," I said. But when my father searched me and searched under my mat, he found the meat, and I saw the disappointment on my father's face. My father looked at me in anger and said, "Why do you lie? You do not only lie, you now steal." I felt very heartbroken. Another day, she broke a pot and said Daniel did it. Everything that goes wrong in that house, she would say I did, and my father believed her. I cried and told my father I didn't do it, but my father didn't listen. Slowly, he stopped trusting me. I became alone in my own house. People in the village used to love me. They would say Daniel is a good boy. He is smart. He has a bright future. Because Auntie Martha didn't like the good remarks people make about me, she found a way to convince everyone in the village that I was not a good boy. She was jealous of me. One night, the most unexpected thing happened. It was dark when Auntie Martha called me. Daniel, come here. I ran to her and she gave me a water pot. Go and fetch water from a Bowan stream. I froze. That stream was dangerous. No one went there at night. Nobody dares to go there at night. Can I go in the morning? I said softly. Her face became hard. If you don't go now, she said, you will not sleep in this house tonight. Then she added, you will not eat any food. I had not eaten all day. I was scared, so I took the pot and I walked into the night. The road was scary. The trees looked like shadows. The wind made strange sounds. I was shaking. Then I started crying. Suddenly I heard a voice. Young boy, where are you going? I turned and saw an old hunter. He came closer and said, my son, do you know where you are going? I broke down in tears. I told him everything. My mother, my father, Auntie Martha, the hunger, the pain, and the maltreatment. He listened carefully. Then he said to me, anyone who sent you to a Bowan stream tonight does not want you to come back alive. My heart stopped. To them, he said, you are already dead. Then he touched my shoulder. Come with me, he said. He introduced himself as Babatunde, and that night, I left my old life behind. Babatunde took me home, gave me food. He gave me a place to sleep. 2 weeks later, Babatunde's children came from the city. His daughter Auntie Amina and her husband Uncle Kunle. They were very rich, but they had no children for 10 years. Babatunde told them my story. He told them everything. Auntie Amina began to cry. For 10 years I have been praying for a child, she said, and someone is hurting you? She carried me on her legs and she asked, will you come with me to the city? For a moment I was afraid. What if she becomes mean to me? I looked at Babatunde and he told me, you can go with her. Don't worry, you'll be safe with her. She's my daughter and I know her. Auntie Amina smiled gently. I will take care of you, she said, and she did. I went to the city with them. They became my new parents. I went to school. I had books. I had good food to eat. I had good clothes to wear. I was happy again. But I never forgot. I always remember the hunger, the pain, and the loneliness. So I made a promise. I will become a doctor. I said, I will help people who are suffering. Years passed. I worked hard. I studied hard and became a doctor. Then I returned to my village. My father was old and very sick. Auntie Martha too was also very old. When they saw me, they were shocked. It can't be Daniel, my father said. We thought you died. I said I did not die. I was saved. I told him everything about how Babatunde saved me that night. My father fell down and cried. I am sorry, my son, he said. I failed you. Then he turned to Auntie Martha. You said Daniel ran away when you scolded him from stealing meat from the pot. The whole village heard the truth. Her children, Paul and Ruth, had become bad people in the community. They caused trouble everywhere. Auntie Martha had nothing left but regrets.